Hey everyone, welcome to my video. Unfortunately, the summer is ending. It's fall now. It's getting colder out. It's getting dark a lot earlier. So today we're gonna put some rock lights on the Mercedes 6x6 so we can do some awesome night crawling. Let's do it. We're gonna be putting these guys on our Mercedes 6x6 here today. This is the Traxxas 8026X rock light kit. It doesn't matter if it's a 2.6 or the X. This one I believe was made a little bit longer for the high trail models, but the 8026 and the extension pack, the 8897, obviously because we're gonna have 2 extra wheels on this. Need 2 more rock lights over the initial pack. Let's get the body off and let's throw these things on there. One nice thing about the 6x6 is that it already has a light kit on it, so you don't have to install any of this module stuff. Basically, to do this, we're gonna have to just remove all of the caps through the front and the back where the rock lights are gonna go. So we just gotta pop those off. They should be 2mm. All right, let's knock these babies out. For the standard portion of the light kit, we're going to start at the module here, and we're going to go towards the, well, I guess if you're in America, the driver's side rear. So we're going to go this way. We're going to go 1, 2, across, 3, 4, down around, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the extension kit. This is the other one here. This is going to go from the lighting module here, and we're just going to go back and do the rear too. Luckily, when it comes to Traxxas products, I think out of most of the companies out there, they really have a good focus on serviceability and allowing people who might not have the greatest mechanical background to really be able to get into these things and be able to, you know, customize and modify your own vehicles, which I think is fantastic. These wires are a little bit tangled, but that's okay. And we're going to start right here. They kind of snap in a little bit, and all the screws that we pulled out of the covers are the screws we're going to use, and they're all the same length, so it doesn't really matter which one is which, because they are universal from one to another. And this is one of those definite, pretty inexpensive things you can do to your rock crawler that's really going to make it stand out. I do have this kit on my regular, you know, 4-wheeled TRX, and when you're crawling at night, it makes the biggest difference. It's also really cool when you get the opportunity to go hiking with a bunch of friends, and everyone's got their own rock crawlers, and you can really kind of light up the night. Actually, a couple years ago now, about 6 or 7 of us all took our TRX-4s. We had a couple, I think, axial cars, maybe an Associated, and we went for a 5-mile hike around like 8, 9 o'clock at night. And on the way back, we actually we passed a bar and decided that it'd be a good time to kind of stop and take a little break before the last about quarter mile to get back to our vehicles. And drove all the RC cars with all their lights on into the bar. And and I had a beverage. And I must say, the bartender was very, very confused. But we had a good time, and I'm sure that's probably a story that someone else who was there probably still tells as well. These are fun for everybody. It's got 2 left now for the main kit, and we're all the way back around. Cool. So we started at the module. I just haven't plugged it in yet, but we're going from the module around this way and back to the front. Now I'm going to stick on, this is the extension piece for the back, going the same direction. Let me go this way. Also, just a note, I'm setting this up so all of the wires point towards the inside. I don't want them to get snagged up on the body when I put the body on or take it off. This one's going to go across the back here. Luckily, we have no screws left over, although I didn't think we would for a project this simple. But that's basically how the light kit goes on. Now, they're going to give you a whole bunch of zip ties here with these kits, and now we just have to go back and do some tidying of the wires, and these guys will get plugged right into this module here. It's a little blustery out. Cool. That's it. Obviously, we have a lot of extra wire. I'm going to go ahead and tidy this up and show you what it's going to look like. And then later we'll get a chance when the sun goes down, which will happen sooner than I want it to. We'll get a chance to go out and actually see what this thing looks like at night. So let me tidy this up real quick and show you what we're at, or where we're at, sorry. So for the most part, this is our finished result. I've gone ahead and taken some of the zip ties they've given in the kit and just tried to tidy up some of the wires. You pretty much just want them so they're not going to get snagged on anything. If you're putting this kit specifically on this model, it has, well, this is an older one, it has body posts. They now come clipless, but there's plenty of clearance between where it's going to mount here and where everything is tied up. On this side, I've kind of taken this one and gone, there's like little channels down right over here, and there's one up here in the front. And I've routed, you know, the wire down kind of where the servo wires are, back up and over. Some zip ties up here, you know, in the front. Just trying to get this to be as out of the way as possible. I think they could afford to give you a few more zip ties in the kit, just because they do make these wires like really quite long. On this one, I have it, you know, back and forth a couple times. So I guess it's better that it's longer than too short. And they obviously make this for several different models. It's kind of universal, but yeah, just wire tidying is definitely an issue on the Traxxas TRX-4s. Especially, I feel like when you start getting the Pro kit with all your blinkers and all your other stuff, because when you go and wire that all into the body, and then you have the cables coming down, and then you have the different module over here, and it's got to plug into the motor wires and whatever else, the Pro kit kind of becomes a wiring mess. So trying to keep, you know, your wires tidy is definitely a good thing. We have a battery plugged in. Turn that on, should be blinking. And this is just to confirm that it works. So we have our front rock lights, and then we have all 6 in the back. During the daytime, obviously, not going to make that much of a difference, if at all any. But as soon as that sun up there goes down, once you're down there, we're going to run this thing at night, and it's going to look super slick. I really love this car. I'm probably going to do a lot more content on the Mercedes 6x6 in general. All the crawlers I own, I have this. I have a K10, Cross RC, RC 4-wheel drives, axial stuff. It might not be the most scale rig, you know, being 6x6. It's not something you typically see, but this thing crawls fantastically well. And, you know, I'm not trying to go to competitions or compete or anything. This thing is just really fun to drive. And I'm hoping that now that everything's going to be fully lit up, it's going to look super sweet at night. But I'll catch you back here in a few hours. In your time, it'll seem like a few seconds, but for me, it's a few hours, and we're going to play with this thing. So, whoop, super sweet. Very excited. Have to say, I'm very happy with the way this turned out. I would like to do a lot more filming with driving this around, but as you can see, it is a very wet, rainy, and cold night. Not what I was hoping for, but still, really fun to play with. Really, really, really lights up the night. The factory light kit on these is fantastic to begin with, but adding the underglow to it, you can see everything when you're driving around. So I would definitely recommend this if you have a Mercedes 6x6 or any of the TRX-4s. And really easy to do, makes it look awesome, and it's fun. So thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you checking me out. Like, subscribe, do all those fun things, and I'll see you in the next one.